Ja, und ich bin's wieder, Kesonai Haran. Hier mit meinem Let's Play von Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Und ihr seht's richtig, Edgeworth ist wieder da und steht genau vor uns. Jetzt inzwischen Generalstaatsanwalt, der jetzt aber den UR1-Fall, bei dem Dr. Sykes umgebracht wurde und Blackwell dafür zum Tode verurteilt wurde, wieder aufzurollen, er als Staatsanwalt fungieren soll. Aufgrund der Bitte des Geiselnehmers. Der by the way noch Trucy hat. Und die Aura ist. Böse Frau. Na gut, dann wollen wir mal den alten Tatort ein bisschen untersuchen. Auch wenn es 7 Jahre her ist. Bis dahin ist wieder ziemlich viel passiert, aber naja. Gucken wir uns mal den Riesenrobo an. This is one heck of a robot.
There's something written on it. Is this supposed to be a poem? I cut down anyone who displeases me. I make the rules. I am the law. I wield the ultimate gavel of judgment. I am Judge Tron. GT02.
I don't believe we need to bother with that, Pearl. It's not even completed yet. He's right, Pearls. There's no sign of it in the photo from 7 years ago either. They're even building the Hope space prop here at this time. The murder occurred after the space probe had been removed from the room. So it was long gone by the time someone took this picture, huh?
But you can see the probe in this newspaper photo.
Yes, and you can see the stolen moon rock there too. That strange black and yellow thing on the left side of the picture? Note that the same rock is absent from the crime scene photo. Not only that, but before the launch, a very valuable piece of moon rock was stolen.
I hear there's lots of research into moon rocks and stardust from asteroids these days. These say the result could potentially have a huge impact on all of civilization. It's like we're in a new space race with every other country out there.
So the person who stole it, think it was our spy? I'm sure of it. Dr. Sykes was probably killed because she was a roadblock in their plan. Unfortunately, the government thinks Prosecutor Blackwell is the culprit. Ach Mann. Dann gucken wir uns mal dieses gelbe Ding an. What's this? It looks like a giant power plug. It's attached to what looks like an electric vehicle charging station. Da freut sich aber jemand. That's a charging station for us robots. We come here periodically and charge ourselves up. Wow, machines that maintain themselves. That's pretty cool. If our batteries run out and we lose consciousness, we never know what Miss Aura will do to us while we're down, you see. Nothing motivates quite like fear, huh? Naja. Stimmt schon. Gutes Argument. Dann gucken wir uns mal hier diese Dinge an. Hey, look at this row of rolling cases. I bet the wheels make it easier for people to move heavy research materials around.
I bet they'd be fun to ride around in. We could even probably both fit into the biggest one. I know we could have Prosecutor Edgeworth push us.
I don't trust him to push us down a flight of stairs. Ja, aber dass er groß ist, das ist schon mal gut. Oh Gott, Riesenbohrer. Ah, der ist aber schon... Was ist das da eigentlich? It's about as cluttered as my office, but I think it's a workbench.
Mr. Nick, I think this must be a kitchen. Look at this photo. see the cute little food processor?
Prozessor meine ich, Entschuldigung. That isn't a food processor, Pulse. That's the Hope capsule. It was scheduled to be loaded onto the Hope space probe that fateful day. The 3 people who came to collect the capsule discovered the body. The first on the scene, huh? A staff member and 2 police officers, was it? And they were here to collect the capsule. Which reminds me. So they planned to use this bag to carry the capsule, is that right? Yeah, more or less. Say, why don't we stop talking about the case and have a nice cup of tea instead? Apollo and Aura Blackwell? I wonder what they're talking about. Edgeworth, did those 3 people have a bag with them for transporting the capsule? Oh, you mean this? It's a custom-made shock-resistant bag. But how did you know? Oh, I just overheard Apollo making an inquiry about it. That's all. So he's looking into the case from 7 years ago on his own, is he? Yep. Ist er ja. Und erstaunlich, dass er so weit gekommen ist. Aber was erwartet man? Ist das Apollo? Er ist auch klug. What's this? A giant robot arm, maybe?
It's pretty big for an arm, but you're right. I think these thin parts here are finger bones. They're even about as long as my legs.
And there's a spiked ball and giant drill on the floor too. Is Aura trying to build some kind of weapon of massive destruction?
Maybe she wants to use it to demolish a big building or something.
I can picture her gleefully tearing down the street doing just that. I'd better not think about it anymore. Besser wäre es. So, dann sind wir hier erstmal durch. Dann hier erstmal switchen und dieser Stuhl. Dieser Stuhl. It looks like an operating table. It's in the photo too. Yes, it was here then as well, with the victim's body lying on it.
There's a button here. Oh, I know. I'll try pushing it.
Pearls, don't touch the...
Oopsie.
Hey, it's moving. It appears to be a robot assembly device.
Disassemble anything in a flash. Push the dismantle button. That sounds pretty neat. Can I push it, Mr. Nick?
Please don't push any more buttons, Pearls. Und schwupp ist er weg. Und er baut weiter. Er baut einfach weiter. Wie cool. An emergency ladder. This must be the one they used during the evacuation. The explosion disabled the elevators, so I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. As Miss Blackwell was climbing down the side of the building, she saw the culprit inside. I wonder which would have been scarier, that or looking down? Ah, immer diese Leute mit Höhenangst. Na gut, dann wollen wir mal weiter gucken. Aura's desk is a mess, so that doesn't surprise me.
Oh, I just want to dive in and straighten it up.
Wait, before you do. Metis. Huh? She just glanced over at her desk. Ja, ein Foto von Metis. It's Metis Sykes. Klonko, can I talk to you? I really hope he's back to normal. You wish to speak to me, Mr. Wright? If you're going to hit me, please avoid the face area. Hey, don't put me in the same class as that woman! What was Aura like 7 years ago at the time of the incident? When Mother died, Miss Aura was confused. Huh? So he calls Dr. Sykes mother, but Aura Blackwell Miss Aura? With the loss, she exhibited a severe catecholamine imbalance.
Excuse me, but I have no idea what that means.
Pardon me, searching for alternative expression. She would spend the nights crying and then take out her feelings on those around her. Oh, okay. After Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty, she repeatedly demanded a retrial as well. That is correct, but without new evidence, her requests were ignored. And then, little by little, Miss Aura began to change. She started to hate it when I called her Mama Aura. And before long, she started hating the court system and abusing Klonko, huh?
That murder destroyed so many lives.
Right. Take a look at this paper on Dr. Sykes and Miss Blackwell's research. Ponko and Klonko, they're the robots with hearts and Dr. Sykes created. A heartbeat detection system lets them determine when a human is present. In addition, they can recognize people by their ID tag or facial features. Interessant, kluge Robos. And they can infer people's emotions by analyzing their tone of voice. That's amazing! Hey, I don't know, Edgeworth. They might even be more human than you. What's that supposed to mean? Nets! Nets! Oh man. It kind of sounds like these robots can do what Athena does. Okay, schön. Robots with a heart. Das ist aber auch ein schöner Titel für ja, Forschungsarbeiten. Roboter mit Herz. Well, I guess that's about it for this room. So what do you think, Wright? Any ideas? There are still a lot of gaps in the evidence, but I'll pull it off somehow. After all, you asked me to prove Blackwell's innocence, right, Edgeworth?
What? He did?
Yep, he called it a special request. He reached out to me while I was still disbarred. Aha! Das sag mal an, Edgeworth.
So that was what sparked you to get your attorney's badge back.
Yep, the Blackwell case. Right, I have a special request. I want you to clear one of my subordinates of suspicion. Hey, I'm not even a lawyer anymore, remember? Haven't been one for a long time. That 8-year misunderstanding has been cleared up and you must be eager to return. I'm sure you're familiar with the other case that ushered in the dark age of the law. Very soon, a convict will stand as a prosecutor in court. I want you to keep an eye on him. Ah, just when I'm beginning to actually like the job I have now. Right. I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Because of the espionage suspect, I wasn't free to give you all the details. Hey, no need to apologize. It's like I said on the phone the other day. I know that the type of criminals you're after now aren't small fries anymore. It looks like your target finally decided to make a move. Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned. Time to bring it to an end. Die Anfangs-Cutscenes des gesamten Spiels. I'm going to end the dark age of the law. That's what this is all about.
The dark age of the law. I'm sure it sure comes up a lot these days on TV and the papers. And I hear there are more false charges and fabrication of evidence than ever.
When I became chief prosecutor, the court system had already lost the people's trust. It all began 8 years ago. A lawyer was caught fabricating evidence. And a year after that, a prosecutor was found guilty of murder.
Wait, do you mean?
That's right. He's talking about my case and Prosecutor Blackwell's. Der Fall, bei dem ein Anwalt erwischt wurde, Beweise zu fälschen. Der Fall über Magnific Grammary aus Apollo Justice. Und jetzt dieser Fall. It was a downward spiral after that. An absolute nightmare. After those 2 cases, the mass media launched an all-out attack on the courts. Public opinion was tainted, and before long, the legal world itself was sucked into it. It's such a shame. Once suspicion forms, it's very hard to shake. Lawyers and prosecutors were supposed to trust each other, pursue the truth together.
It's so sad when people begin to cast doubt. They start lying to themselves and each other.
Yes, and do absolutely anything to win. We're in an age now where winning is valued far more than the truth. I'm sure it's caused our new chief prosecutor to lose many a night's rest. It's just me, or did his bro get even more forward than the last time I saw him? The hostage taker disdain for the court is a perfect example of the times. It sure is. Do you have any idea who the hostage taker might be? Well, somebody who mistrusts the court system and who can manipulate robots. It can really only be Aura Blackwell. Who else but her would want a retrial of that case from 7 years ago so badly? Simon Blackwell's older sister and the owner of this room. I agree with your conclusion. Perhaps she intended to force Miss Sykes to confess. Actually, I think she had much more horrific plan in mind for Athena. The important thing is for you to solve UR1 and prove Blackwell's innocence.
And then maybe he'll release the hostages.
I'm counting on you, Wright, to set that prosecutor and those hostages free. And I'll be counting on you in court to help me too. Of course, I'll do everything I can to help uncover the truth. As this isn't an official trial, I'm more at liberty to be a little unorthodox. Mr. Wright, are you finished with your investigation? Yeah, but I'd like to tell the hostage taker something for me. I have to go to the detention center. I can't start the trial until I've talked to Athena. She's already given her consent. I'll accompany you to the detention center. So I'm still being watched, huh? I'll see you in court, Edgeworth. Even if it will be an undocumented trial, it'll be good to face you in court again. Auf ein neues, Edgeworth. Mit voller Stärke. Eigentlich müsste ich an dieser Stelle den Part beenden, aber es kommt jetzt nur noch eine Sache. Ob sich das jetzt noch lohnen würde? Ich weiß nicht. Ich mache jetzt noch ein bisschen. Wenn es ansonsten reicht für 2 Parts, dann splitte ich es einmal. Was soll's.